chopper, I think. If you were to like lop limbs off or something like that.
Yeah.
Not like human.
Oh, not human limbs.
No. Well, I mean,
Don't cut
I suppose it probably would work, but yeah, I meant like limbs on a branch.
Limbs on a branch.
Yeah.
Or limbs on a branch. We could do limbs on a branch
limbs
too.
on a tree, whatever. So yeah.
Late Boy Scout here with SnowLobo95 and LadyLobo95. Thanks guys for joining me today. Right here for a soon-to-be long day of shooting. Maybe not that long, but it'll be a good time. And if I can keep stuff from falling out of the truck. Wanted to take just a second as we discovered that we have two knives that are very similar here. The S.O.G Tsunami, right?
You're right.
And the Cold Steel Recon Tanto. The Cold Steel Recon Tanto is what I have on my vest. And in fact, I'll give you a look at the sheath there and block the sun briefly. You see that's the, I think it's Kydex or some other similar material. It's all lashed by way of paracord to the back of my vest here, and you guys have seen me run this and running guns. You'll see more of it today. Excellent sheath. I love how this thing sort of slips in there, snaps into place really nicely. I don't have any trouble with it coming anywhere near falling out. It's very secure. Great sheath. Full tabletop review will probably come at some point. I just keep giving you little bits and a look here and a look there, a little testing here, a little testing there. But yeah, a full review I plan to do eventually. The Tsunami sheath is, what is it made of?
It's a nylon sheath. I think it's got, I don't know if it's Kydex or just some type of a plastic sleeve insert in there.
Okay.
That works pretty good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the sheath. It is MOLLE compatible, which is really cool.
That is cool.
It's got a pouch, I guess. I don't really care for that, but I guess you could put your fire steel, or you could put a sharpening stone or something.
Or a multi-tool.
Multi-tool, yep. The thing I don't really like is the Velcro, and then also if you don't take good care to really tighten that down, you can actually get some blade exposure there. So you've got to cinch that down pretty tight.
I noticed that. And
then it retains really well, but the Velcro's a little weak and stuff. I'd rather have something else there.
So pretty much if you were to run this on a vest, you'd want to run it up like this.
Probably. I think even with tightening it down, it would shake its way out. Thinking of trying to figure out some other retention system. If anybody has any ideas, send me a message or something. PM me and
PM SnowLobo95.
Yep. And maybe we all can figure something out to retain that a little better, because overall I like the sheath.
It does what it's supposed to do.
Yep.
But we wanted to just take a minute and compare the knives and look at them on the back of his truck here real quick, because they're similar knives, and I think they kind of fill the same role. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be more of a tactical fighting knife or a self-defense type blade.
Right, and you bought yours for, I mean, tell me what the idea was when you purchased it and why you wanted it.
Well, first of all, it just looked cool. It caught my eye, and then I held it, and just the feel and stuff is just really nice and balanced. And the handle actually just feels really good in hand, surprisingly. It looked a little small at first, but even for a larger hand, it fits pretty well.
Yeah.
Secondly, I kind of wanted to use it a little bit for bushcraft, even though I know that's not the role that it goes in, but it's so light and stuff, I just thought it'd be good for small camping tasks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I guess thirdly, just a self-defense blade, although I don't really carry it on me that much. Actually, not at all.
But it's neat to have something like that.
Yeah, it is.
Price tag, do you mind saying?
Retail, I think they're around 70 or 79, maybe. I can't remember.
79.
And the Recon Tanto here by Cold Steel, I paid, I think I've said before, I paid something like $40, I think, for it, but that is way below retail. I bought it used off of a local classified site, and it had already had a little bit of wear on it. I think towards the tip here, this black stuff had worn off a little bit. And of course, I put a lot more wear on it by just kind of using it for outdoor tasks, batoning and a little bit of firecraft and so forth, which it did surprisingly well for me. Obviously, these kind of blades are not designed for those kind of tasks.
They're not. And you're going to get a lot of people that say, I can't believe you're using that for that. It's like, well, we're big boys. We paid for our knives. We can do what we want with them. But really,
Thank you, dude. No, high five for that. Thank you for saying that.
I don't know. You know, I'm a mechanic and I get the right tool for the right job thing, but you can also stretch things into another role.
Yeah, I believe that too. It's obviously meant for self-defense or maybe offense, let's say.
Right.
A tactical kind of knife. You know, that's what this is. But can it be pressed into the role of, you know, more survival, bushcrafty kind of fire-making roles? I think so. And that was really my purpose in buying this knife. I wanted to be able to see if I could push it into that role of outdoor use.
Right.
And honestly, while it's not ideal for it, and there are certainly knives that are better for it, I feel like it's holding its own kind of pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like you've got quite a bit of wear. I think I've seen some videos where you've batoned through some logs. And
oh, yeah.
I mean, that edge still looks perfect.
Oh, yeah, man. It's holding up really well. Aussate stainless steel. Yours is Aussate as well?
It is, yep. And it's, is yours flat? Full flat?
Mine is actually, it's flat ground from from the stock down.
Yeah,
right
not
here.
full flat, but flat. Okay.
Correct, yeah.
So yours is a little stronger. Mine's hollow grind, and I actually have batoned through some twisted logs, and surprisingly, it held up.
Yeah.
So.
And it looks beautiful still.
Yeah, I polished it back up and cleaned it up, but it cleans right up perfectly, so.
Yeah.
No problems.
So I'll tell you what, man, for looks, I think the S.O.G wins.
You think so?
I think it does.
It's a sexy blade, I'll tell you that.
It is, dude. Look at that sweet jimping on the back there.
Yeah.
That's
gorgeous. That feels really, really good. You get a firm grasp on that, so.
Yeah. Material-wise, they're very similar blades. Craton handles on both of them. Aussate steel on both of them. This one coated, this one not coated. Tanto tips, obviously, on both of them.
Although somewhat different.
Yeah, you see the angle of the Tanto is fairly different. Yours has got this very steep sort of edge, and mine is a little more abrupt. If there was a contest, I think, of strength, I don't know, I'd probably take this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Stabbing power and so forth.
You know, this is such a finer tip, and then also the hollow grind goes into a thinner blade.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely.
And if we turn them this way, will you grab them, hold them for me?
You bet.
If we turn them that way, I think, if we look at the thickness of them, I think the Recon Tanto is thicker.
I think so, too. This is 0.15 inches, and I'm not sure what the Recon is. So.
I'm not positive on that either. Maybe I'll annotate it if I think of it. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thicker stock.
Yep.
So a thicker stock.
You've also got a little bit longer blade.
Slightly longer blade. Yours, again, was about 6.5. Around 6.5.
Yep.
And the Recon Tanto is about a flat, straight 7. However, if you compare cutting edges, the actual cutting edge, they're right about the same. Yeah, they're just about the same. So what the Recon has is slightly more reach is all. Because you've got all this stock here that's unsharpened.
Right. I guess the advantage to this is probably a strength advantage. This might be a slight weight savings advantage.
Definitely. That's another thing to bring up. Yours, do you remember how much this weighs?
6.8 ounces.
6.8. Offhand, I don't know this, but I'll look it up and maybe annotate it. It's definitely heavier.
Yeah,
it's definitely a heavier blade.
Yeah.
As you can feel it's a heavier blade. So cool. Not saying which is better in any way. I think they're both very awesome knives.
They are.
And I just wanted to do this little side-by-side for those of you interested in these two knives. And let's take them into the sunlight just briefly. Two sweet tactical Tantos. Thanks to SnowLobo95 for joining me and helping me out with this little bit of comparison review video. Not really a review at all, just a little side-by-side comparison. I'm a late Boy Scout, guys. We'll talk to you guys later.